Yo, how's it going, Bears fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Down Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, joined by both of my co-hosts tonight, Parth and Jaylen. How's it going, guys?
Great.
Good. So, today we are going to be breaking down some of the key matchups in the Bears' upcoming game against the New England Patriots this week. Basically, we're just going to go around the table, each name one key matchup that we think is going to be important and possibly could play a huge factor in this game. We're going to discuss each of these factors. We're going to kind of stop and discuss each of these factors as we go around. And then we're also going to just at the end just talk about some more factors that we think could be important. But these are our most important matchups of the week. I don't really know where to start, so Parth and I have done the last couple episodes, so I'm gonna start with Jaylen. Jaylen, I'm throwing you on the spot here, but who would your most key matchup be in Bears versus Patriots?
Usually, I would go with Khalil Mack versus Tom Brady.
You did go with Khalil Mack versus Ryan Tannehill last week, I think, right?
Yeah,
that was the last time.
I'm not gonna go with that. Plus, Khalil Mack's banged up with an ankle injury, so I'm gonna just go with the whole pass rush as.
So you're gonna say the pass rush getting to Tom Brady, basically.
Yes, because we did not get to Ryan Tannehill, and
I said that last week. I said this pass rush has been incredible. I would look for it to slow down in the heat. I wasn't trying to be a pessimist, but I did call it. I hate to say it.
Which they did. They looked like they were tired after the first couple plays, and I get it. Yes, Miami. It was 88 degrees plus humidity, so it felt like 101. I know they had to be tired, but the pass rush barely touched.
Leno lost
Brock
12 pounds,
and I don't know how you didn't touch Osweiler. He's 6'7". Come on now, you can put a hand on him. But
yeah,
we didn't.
Totally.
We didn't get him, and if we want to even come close to beating Tom Brady, we have to put pressure on him.
Yeah, that was, I think, just overall for all of us. I'll speak on the pass rush last week a bit. I said a factor that could lose the Bears a game is if the pass rush didn't get there. I didn't expect to be spot on when I said that with how good this defense has been. No one got there last week. I mean, we had 4 QB hits, 0 sacks. I can't name one player in the pass rush that impressed me last week. I can't name one player except for Roquan Smith, I guess, that improved me with their tackling ability last week. It's going to be important that we get Tom Brady out of the pocket. I already talked to Parth about this last night, but Brady isn't a guy like Aaron Rodgers where he's super athletic and can run outside the pocket and make good throws. Tom Brady makes the majority of his good throws when he's standing inside a clean pocket. So I think closing that pocket, collapsing it, is definitely going to be huge for the Bears this week. And, yeah. Anything else to say about the pass rush in general? Nope. Parth, who you got?
I'm going to go with whoever's guarding Gronk.
Okay. Versus Gronk. Okay.
Yeah, so it's either going to be...
So it's just covering Gronk is... Okay, yeah.
Bryce Callahan. So, whoever's guarding him has to be on him. You got to be a magnet. If you give Gronk even a tiniest window possible, Brady's going to land the ball right in his
Totally.
hands.
Yeah, if I can speak on that for a second. If you look at the Chiefs game last week, there were a lot of times where due to Josh Gordon being a really good addition, I think, for the Patriots, there were a lot of times when the Patriots or the Chiefs seemed to be playing cover one and having someone one-on-one against Gronk. I feel like that can't even happen. I feel like we need a corner, a linebacker, someone like that, along with a safety on Gronk. He's definitely going to be someone big that slowing down is going to be so important. Yeah. And not only that, just I guess if we can talk a bit for a second about the New England wide receiver corps. Look at Julian Edelman since he's come back. He's been pretty productive, if you ask me. And obviously you got Josh Gordon, you got Chris Hogan. Parth, you and I didn't even mention Chris Hogan last night. He completely slipped through my mind, at least. When we stopped recording, I was like, oh dang, we completely forgot that they have good receivers after those first two in Gordon and Edelman. And then you look at their running backs, obviously. Just their offense is going to be a lot for the Bears to handle. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with, once again, a defensive thing. I'm going to go with the Bears' ability to force turnovers in this game. Slowing down Tom Brady is going to be huge. I like where Jaylen went with the defensive, just the defense and whole getting pass rush. I like that a lot. we need to force some turnovers this week. That's for sure. With the offense playing like it is, hopefully they'll be able to keep it up. We can't let the Patriots score points on every drive, and even though this offense is playing well, I don't think we'll be able to keep up with them if they roll down the field and score 43 points like they did against the Chiefs. The Patriots have a pretty bad defense. I wouldn't say they're the greatest in the world. I wouldn't say they're the worst in the world. Parth and I discussed last night. They got some pretty good players. They got Stephon Gilmore. They got Trey Flowers. They got Dante Hightower. Yeah. They definitely got some under the radar guys. Definitely a squad that shouldn't be overlooked. We're gonna have to take the ball away and find some way to do that, or just find a way to stop them in general. We just can't let them put up a ton of points on us.
Last week, I got a little interesting stat.
Sure, go for it.
Last week, the Patriots punted the ball 0 times and had 0 flags.
Oh yeah, that was the first time that's ever happened in NFL history, which is incredible. I read about that as well.
So you can't let that happen, or they're gonna be putting up more than 40 points.
Totally. And when you look at the Kansas City defense last week, I mean, they got some. I hate to say anything bad about the Chiefs because they're playing incredible, but you look at their quarterbacks compared to ours. I would take our number one cornerback Kyle Fuller over their number one quarterback, who seemed to be like Orlando Scandrick, just like old players. Justin Houston was out for them last week, so they have a bit of an injury, bit of a depleted defense. So looking at that, I think we have the ability definitely to shut the Patriots down. But I guess the question coming off that bad defensive performance against Miami is, are we going to be able to shut them down?
I think we will. I think the heat was a huge factor, like I said yesterday.
Yeah, totally. And this might be the most excited Chicago crowd since we were last in the playoffs in 2012, 2013. I mean, I feel like this is going to be the atmosphere that the Bears bring. I mean, you look at just Chicago as a whole right now. I think Chicago is super excited, and I hate to bring the Chicago Bulls into this, but everyone, whether the Bulls are going to be good or not this year, basketball's starting up. Chicago's obviously super excited about that, with just like the tradition, the franchise that the Bulls bring. The Bears are playing better than ever. Obviously, I know most of Chicago is pretty disappointed about how that Cubs season ended up. But this Bears team is really starting to show out in Chicago. I think it's really starting to take pride in that. So I think the turnout in this game is going to be great. I think the crowd's going to be on their feet. I think it's going to be an atmosphere as good as, if not better than, an atmosphere that Bears fans would bring to a Green Bay game.
Like the last two home games that we've won, and the crowd has been amazing against Tampa Bay. The crowd was energetic.
Yeah, it's going to play a big factor, and we're at home, obviously. I'm just hoping Mac will be fine. That he didn't practice today, which, I mean, it is only Tuesday, but
he only has to be limited one day in order to start. I doubt they have.
I mean, he'll just have to practice it by Friday, and I'm sure he will.
Exactly.
All right. This has been a bit short, so let's keep talking. I want to talk just about how you guys think are the best ways that the Bears can go about slowing down Tom Brady. Obviously, I think that's the most important thing that's going to come out to this, and that's probably going to end up being my factor for the Bears winning is can they slow down, I think, the greatest quarterback of all time. So, I don't know. I don't really feel like I'm in the proper perspective to speak on this, but if one of you would like to, Jaylen, if you would like to pipe in as well, how do you think the Bears can slow down this red hot Patriots offense?
We have to close the pocket up. We cannot give him a big pocket to have time to throw the ball, because
I think that might be the most important thing.
Patriots games, his receivers, I don't know how, especially in Foxborough, find a way to get open.
Yeah.
And if a pass rush leads to a better secondary. So if our pass rush can get to him, we can get picks like we've been doing this whole season.
Yeah.
Even though we lost last game, we still had
two interceptions.
Three big defensive turnovers. One that Kyle Fuller picked at the end of the game to stop them from scoring. The Kyle Fuller pick that put us on the 10-line yard to put us up by 14. And then, of course,
strip sack by
the 1 yard line.
Totally. Yeah, sorry. No, go ahead.
If we can get those 3 big turnovers like we did last time against Brock Osweiler and the Dolphins, we can find a way to win this game. We're going to be playing in familiar weather in Chicago. It's at home in we're coming off a devastating loss, so I think they're hungry. They want to remain undefeated at home and beat the Patriots. Everybody's been predicting the Patriots since we lost to the Dolphins, and I think we're going to come in hungry and try to pull out the dub against one of the best quarterbacks that ever did.
Yeah, I think it's just incredibly important that not only that, but I feel like everything. If the Bears want to win this game, this isn't a game where if the defense plays bad like last week, or if the offense plays bad against like a Green Bay or Seattle or an Arizona. If both sides of the ball don't click, we're not winning this game. No matter what, there's no doubt in my mind we aren't winning this game if both sides don't click, unless the Patriots have a horrible day like they had against the Lions or something. So speaking on that perspective, I'm a huge fantasy football guy. I don't know about you guys too much, but I love fantasy football. And listening to Matthew Berry, Field Yates, all these guys on ESPN this morning speak about how important Taylor Gabriel and Tariq Cohen are to this offense. Tariq Cohen obviously had, I think it was like 5 or 6 less touches actually, and a couple less snaps on the field than Jordan Howard last week. But just his athleticism, his ability to get open, the comparisons for not even Taylor Gabriel, I think Tyreek Hill gets more comparisons to Tariq Cohen than he does to Taylor Gabriel. Even though I think Taylor Gabriel's more like a Tyreek Hill, Tariq Cohen gets more comparisons like him. Almost for me as a fantasy football owner, it's hard to choose because I've got I'm getting super off task now, but I've got James Conner on a bye this week, and I've got a flex position to fill, and it's hard to choose. Like, do I start Gabriel? Do I start Cohen? These guys are both so important to the offense, and they both just have like that explosion ability. That ability to just do such great things in this offense. And it seems like against a pretty depleted New England defense, that's something that we could take advantage of with our speedy guys.
I'd probably start Taylor Gabriel, not going to lie.
Yeah, I got Cohen in right now just because I feel like he gets the ball handed off to him a lot, and he still gets it thrown to him a lot. I honestly feel like I could flip a coin. But it almost seems evident that when you're not looking in red zone positions, just looking for like most normal passes, I feel like Taylor Gabriel's the number one option for Trubisky. Obviously, Allen Robinson's much more of a red zone target than Gabriel, I would say. But it seems like when you're taking shots down the field, Trubisky's going more for Gabriel. He has taken a couple shots downfield for Robinson, but Robinson seems like, looking at how this offense has been functioning, more of a guy where he'll just be there to catch it on some tough third downs. When you need that guy that can make that catch on, I guess, like those throws that aren't essentially perfect, when you need someone to go out there and make a play against these number one cornerbacks that Robinson's playing against. It's just crazy that I never thought Gabriel would be the best offseason addition other than Khalil Mack, but I would say without a doubt he's definitely been the best addition, and I think he's going to be very, very important. Once again, he's going to need to step up and perform well in this game.
Him and Trubisky got the timing down. It's crazy.
Totally.
It's like,
and not even that, like all the other guys too. He's getting a lot better with Burton. I like Burton's getting a lot more opportunities. Obviously, he hasn't had many catches. I mean, he had 2 really good catches against the Buccaneers, and Burton also had, I think, like 2 shovel passes against. The shovel passes undefeated. And even Allen Robinson, he wasn't getting much action the first couple games, and he's still not getting that much action. Honestly, I don't think he's really been incredible. But it looks like the timing with him and Trubisky is coming in. So once again, we're getting off task, but I think just the overall point of what I was trying to say there is the offense has to step up, the defense has to step up. Both sides of the ball have to be good if we want to have a chance in this game.
Well, since we're talking about good old Trub, that could be a factor. It could be a big factor.
Totally, yeah. If he doesn't play well, we're not winning this game.
Which Trubisky will we get today? Will we get the Trubisky that's been playing in the last we have the last 2 weeks, or will we get Trubisky that we had in the last first 3 weeks? So
yeah, totally. I'm starting to believe in the guy. But for me, it's just can he keep it up? I mean, obviously you see that he has the ability to perform well against these secondaries that are a little bit weaker. I think he stepped up and played really well against the Miami defense that's had the most turnovers in the league, or the most interceptions.
He shouldn't even have a pick. We should have 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. No, I don't think it's he would have had that throwing touchdown to Gabriel, but and also that throw that he made after Like, he's made some pretty bad throws. I hate to say it, but I think that was the worst throw he's made in his career. That throw they tried to force in there, I didn't see. Looking at that, watching that back on film.
He has to know that you always don't have to make a play.
Totally, because if you look at that back in slow motion, you're like, what the heck was he going for in that play? So, Trubisky's got to show up. That's going to be huge, and I think more so. I was obviously talking about Cohen and Gabriel. Those guys won't have opportunities to make good plays if Trubisky can't get them the ball. So at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the quarterback and how he plays. And another person you would look for to step up, I want to say Jordan Howard, but he's just I would say I'm not a Jordan Howard believer. I would just say at this point, Tariq Cohen I think is much better in this offense. I'm glad how much of a receiving back Howard's become. I think he's been much better out of the backfield, but he kind of seems like he's becoming more of that running the clock out guy, or that back where we just hand it to him, just get a couple of yards to get the first down. This offense is obviously West Coast and a lot more dynamic, and I like how we're spreading the ball. I think that's going to be something that's key against New England as far as this offense goes.
Howard's going to be useful against the New England Patriots, and the Patriots don't have the best.
Yeah, if I'm the Patriots, I'm worried about how I'm supposed to game plan for this team.
Bill Belichick himself said the Bears team could very easily be 5-0.
Yeah, he also said that Trubisky throw to Gabriel was like the best throw he's seen all season. So yeah, let's hope we can keep it up. Any last matchups? Any last players you guys want to talk about? And any players on the Patriots that you think it's important that the Bears shut down? Anything? I think Josh Gordon's someone that's really important. If we could talk about him for a second. I was talking to Parth about him last night. Obviously, he's had problems with substances and stuff like that. I think he's got as much raw talent as anyone in the league has. He's proven that. He had a couple good touchdowns the first couple weeks with the Browns, and he scored Brady's 500 touchdown. I don't know if you guys saw that play. He made an incredible catch in double coverage. I don't even know how he came down with that ball. If you guys actually saw that play, but
kind of like similar to Trubisky's throw.
Yeah, I'm also really, really, really worried about Julian Edelman because I think he'll be on Bryce Callahan, and he reminds me of an Albert Wilson, someone who's incredible in the open field. So I think this isn't even like we're talking about key matchups, but it's hard when you're talking about the Patriots because it's literally like everyone on the Bears has to step up and play their part in order for the Bears to win this game.
World-class team, Super Bowl, it's dynasty.
I mean, we're not talking about Mitchell Trubisky having to step up if we want to beat the Miami Dolphins. We're talking about everyone having to step up if we want a legitimate shot at beating this one team. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much going to do it. Any last words for you, Jaylen?
But let's go and let's come home and let's get it upset.
Totally. Let's go for it. Patriots are 3-point favorites on the spread still. So, we'll see what happens. This will be coming out on, looks like it'll be on Thursday when this video will come out. It's currently Wednesday night. And we're going to record the pregame show tomorrow night on Thursday night early because I am heading here, if you guys can see this shirt, to Iowa City, Iowa this weekend. My parents went to the University of Iowa, so I'll be there for the football game. And hopefully back in Chicago for the Bears game on Sunday. If I can go to that game, that would be incredible. Seeing Tom Brady is something incredible. But, that's pretty much going to do it. You can follow our social media on Instagram. Oh, yeah, by the way, the reason I said that we're recording this stuff early is because you'll still see the stuff on the same day. Just want to let you know, we're grinding for you guys. We got you covered. You can follow our social media at Bear Down on Instagram and Twitter. And you can find all of our personal fan pages on Instagram in the description. Follow, like, and subscribe. You guys know how it works. And, we'll see you in the next one, guys. Bear Down Chicago. Peace.